So let's talk a bit about building an actual development team yourself in-house, whether it's in your HQ or it's in another city or it's offshore, or working with a third-party vendor who can take care of all that for you and become a real partner. Knowing that software is a living and breathing creature that changes day to day, the people that are working on it today might not be the same people that you need to work on it tomorrow.
I've been working with Archer for just over 3 years, and it began when I was VP of Engineering at Mulesoft. We had a team working with us from Archer on front-end development. So front-end development that was basically building a lot of the React components that were part of Mulesoft's Anypoint platform. And really the highlight with Archer there was the ability to bring on teams of front-end engineers that were already up to speed. And these engineers were working remotely, but they were able to integrate well with our teams.
You have issues with your software that you've been working on. You go to bed, and that development team located offshore is picking up on the work that you've done. So when you wake up in the morning, those bugs are much better than when you went to bed, possibly even fixed. Where your development team had to stop because it was time to go home to work, there's no stopping now. It's a constant ongoing process. And if you set up the ways that you're going to communicate, whether it's Scrum calls or whether it's team meetings on a regular basis, if you can set that base up, then time zone issues won't be a problem. They will actually be a benefit that's going to help your company.
Project management capability at Archer was able to basically ensure that that partnership was smooth, that we were able to prioritize issues, get them resolved, flexibly move people on and off different projects. And I think without that, without that level of kind of coordination, it would have been much harder to get these projects done on the time scale that we did.
Third-party, best-in-breed software solution providers. These are companies that live and breathe software development and bring to you not just one person, but an entire team of experts in their industry, in the knowledge base, in the code and tech stack, in everything from designing your product and analyzing the market, all the way through to implementation, launch, testing, quality assurance, and then of course scaling it.
Sometimes you can start with one technology, but then you don't have to compromise your ideas because there is just limitation set of people that you can use. With us, you can recruit more people with a different technology stack. You can do the pivot, which give it together you have flexibility and the speed, but in a controllable way.
So having worked with Archer engineers at Mulesoft, it made sense to use them on my current venture, which is a startup really in the computer vision space called LayerJot. And there, Archer engineers are handling front-end, back-end development and DevOps. And just to highlight, one area is we've developed very close relationships with the Archer engineers who are working on the projects, and they really very much feel like part of the team. And this includes the developers as well as project management. They're flexible on hours, working around the time differences, which are always a challenge with distributed teams, and as well as very versatile in their skills. For example, our backend developer, he was not only able to build a Django-based web application, but he was also able to do iOS development and solve some new problems on web scraping that he just happened to know, and we didn't even anticipate that we would need that. And the engineers have proved versatile enough to take on different challenges that we have, even building out a pretty state-of-the-art machine learning pipeline on Kubernetes. That's something that very few organizations express the skills to be able to work on. And we've been able to really stand that up in a very cost-effective and pretty fast manner.
But if you have one person working remote in one city on their own, there's no culture, there's no environment, there's nothing to look forward to when they wake up in the morning and go into their next room to do their work. You want to look for a company that puts culture at its forefront so that whoever you have working for you within that organization still feels part of something bigger, both in terms of feeling that they're a part of your company by having proper communication channels set up, video calls, maybe having them come visit your office sometimes. But you also want them to feel part of the culture of the software company that they're working for. So you want to look for a company that offers perks and benefits, that offers continuing education credits, that makes it exciting, makes it a place that they look forward to coming to work.
Employee retention is pretty good in this perspective. An average person is actually spending 5 years with us, at least 1.5 years. There are people who spend with us 20 years. There are five heroes like this.
That's what we're about, the people that are involved in the process, both on our team and on your team. Because at the end of the day, we're not a vendor, we're a partner that wants you to succeed.